Vols are back.
Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! Out by Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the...
Everybody for you, them 6 men.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now. You found a way, okay? All right, now, what I tell you, okay? All right, this decade is going to be the decade of the Vols. You got it?
Reddit did to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Wednesday, December 9th.
Good morning.
The Vols are 1-0.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's morning time.
It's good to see. I'm kind of upset you didn't bring me any eggs.
I'm sorry.
Or like a Chick-fil-A biscuit or something.
You don't drink coffee, or I would have brought you coffee.
Oh.
So, yeah.
You make your own coffee?
Yeah. That Folgers, baby. Nothing but Folgers.
Gross.
And this may be a little pansy of me, but the Cinnamon Toast Crunch... I can't think of the word.
Cereal?
No, the
cereal
God
bar?
bless. The stuff that goes in the coffee. Not the
creamer?
milk. You normally, the creamer.
Okay.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch creamer, and it's awesome.
That sounds good.
I had to go with French
I don't
vanilla.
drink coffee, though.
It is good. I had to go with French vanilla this week. They were out of it at the store when I went, but Cinnamon Toast Crunch creamer is awesome.
So how many cups have you had this morning?
None so far. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
So you
I didn't
need
need
some.
it. I didn't. Yeah, I do need it. In a way. The Vols are 1-0. That's the important part.
So that was your coffee this morning.
Exactly. And people are going to go, I haven't even watched the game yet, guys, because I emailed ESPN support and was like, hey, F you. And I didn't just complain about my app not working. I also complained that Paul Feinbaum was on the SEC network during the game. The dumbest thing ever.
A radio
you can't
show
move
is on
him.
TV. I just don't like. How is a number 12 team in the country playing at home and not on anything whatsoever?
And they weren't playing Illinois State Community College of the South.
Presbyterian.
They were playing a Pac-12 team.
Yeah, that was undefeated.
That was undefeated.
Was undefeated.
Was. That's a key word. We're not even talking football today, guys. Yeah. Fun fact. We're not even talking football. We don't need to.
The victory cap is on.
I text Landon, and I was like, it's about freaking time. You better clean the dust off of it.
It took me an hour to clean all the dust that had settled on this thing.
October 4th was the last time you wore that.
Man.
You know, and I'm surprised. I'm surprised it's as in good a shape as it is. It got lucky that this baseball season it didn't get worn out like it would have.
Yeah.
Because I think you would have been donning it a lot. Mm-hmm. You may need to buy a new one at the end of this basketball season.
I'm hoping that like the more we wear it, somebody like just endorses us and just like, hey, I need to make y'all a victory cap.
Here's a victory cap. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. We need we need a victory cap.
Yeah.
After this one retires. After this season, national championship season.
Mm-hmm. Got to retire.
Yeah, it's got to go out with a bang though.
Yeah.
So balls in
all
your
good things must come to an end.
Right. Balls in your court, Fulkerson, to get this hat off Landon.
Exactly.
Okay. Lead this team to victory. I am going to watch the game today because I was able to record it on my DVR because it was showing at 2 a.m. this morning.
2 a.m.
On SEC Network.
Nice.
I don't get it. But I don't care. You know what? Should I just never watch a game this season until they lose?
The ball's in your court.
Is that what
you do what you do.
Is that what I have to do?
You did the bet that I did.
Oh, I won $100. Well, yeah, $100.
Okay.
Oh, no, I didn't do that. I believed in the Vols.
You did 50 straight up?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I was like, if I don't win this, I'm going to hate Tennessee. But if I win this, I'm $100 richer.
Dang.
I told Emily, if the Vols don't cover tonight, you're not getting Christmas. So.
No Christmas for you. Oh, man. Well, good for you, dude.
And it is
This
December 9th, and I haven't bought a Christmas gift for anybody. Let's be clear about that. So you guys are getting gift cards. Maybe food. I don't know. We'll see.
Me, personally?
You could, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You like thumbprint cookies?
Yeah.
I think I can just add to the water.
Am I American?
Correct. Yeah, so I need to definitely do some Christmas shopping. I'm trying to win money. I also bet the under in the North Carolina-Iowa game last night and won it. So
Nice. Did you do the
no big deal, but
Lamar
kind of
Jackson
rich.
boost?
I didn't because I didn't have money in DraftKings and I didn't feel like depositing.
Yeah, it's really hard to get it out of draft.
It's also, it's a little bit of a hassle. I just didn't feel like. I was like, I mean, it is free, $25.
I asked them how long it took because they can write you a check. I was like, how long does that take to get? They're
14.
They're like 3 or 4 weeks. I was like, what?
You better be tagging on some interest on that.
Excuse me, what?
That's awesome. That's awesome. No, we use the FD. Y'all can sponsor the show if you want us to.
The duel.
Yeah, the duel.
The
No one has no idea what we're talking about. Good. We are going to talk about the BasketVols. They are 1-0. Landon wrote down play-by-play, and he's just going to read it back to me. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be invigorating.
Yeah, all 40 minutes.
All 40 minutes, every point, every assist, steal, turnover, he's got it. Then we are going to talk about some team news, football, and preview the Vanderbilt game. But I think we may find out today that game's not happening. Right? They have less than 50. I think they have less than 53 players available, which means it can't happen.
I mean, we got to pad a resume to get in a better bowl.
Or do you think they're
going to have to suck it up?
Somebody from the softball team this week.
All I'm like, EJ Anosike looks like he could defend a slant, so I'm all in.
I'm happy. I'm not saying it's officially right, but I'm happy with my EJ Anosike take so far in terms of being physical. And again, I didn't get to watch it, but I saw a lot of people tweeting about it. And
like a battering ram.
Yeah,
that would be a description I would use.
So I'm very happy with my take on him. Friend of the pod. We're going to do a college football preview. Don't worry, guys. I still got locks for you. Because when I wasn't watching the UT game, I was just scanning for locks.
Just locks.
Just looking for locks.
Locking it down.
Exactly. Just looking for locks.
Locksmith Caleb over here.
That's right. I think I'm going to bet some big money. I took $100 out of FanDuel.
Okay.
So I left $50 extra in. So I normally am playing $5 bets on my locks. I think I'm going to go up maybe $10, $15.
Oh, man.
Get big. Yeah. I haven't decided for sure, but I might. Listen.
Hey, you're getting ballsy. I like it.
Well, I'm shooting.
It's like the Mike Leach. I like to watch it from afar.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll live through you.
My shooting percentage on locks is pretty good. I got to brag a little bit.
It is pretty good.
I got to brag. So I'm feeling confident.
Just no Big 12.
No Big 12. No Big 12. There is Pac-12.
There's Pac-12 is struggling.
But
it's on the list.
I think I'm 1-0 personally in Pac. No, I did a live game bet that F me. But other than that, in locks, 1-0 in Pac-12. So I'm feeling good. But yeah, we will preview college football. What about Ohio State?
A lot of people are mad that the Big Ten's just killing them. I love it.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah,
if I was a Big Ten team or a fan of Ohio State, I would reasonably be very mad. But
right.
I do love that all the other Big Ten teams know they have no shot in the playoffs, so they're like, we got to get Ohio State in.
Yeah.
I love it. It's awesome. Then we've got our NFL power rankings. I'm all for, by the way, 2 Monday night games and a Tuesday night game. I love it.
Yeah.
Just football all week long.
I mean,
keep doing it.
You know the Cowboys are going to be one of them. You got to be on primetime.
Yeah, exactly.
They're terrible.
They're awful.
They're so bad.
They're awful. I did live game bet CeeDee Lamb to have over 8 catches when he had 6. He had 0 more after that. And they're trying to win. Like they're down 10 at that point or whatever.
I bet Zeke to score a touchdown in the second half. They ran the ball 3 straight times at the 1 yard line, and he did not get in.
I should have thrown it.
Seahawks. They did on 4th down and won, and scored, but not with Ezekiel Elliott.
Right. So did you play the boost?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Then we've got fan questions. If you haven't sent them in, drop them in the chat. We'll get to them. Trust us. Trust the process. True. Follow us on Twitter. Make sure you do that. More _issues. Follow us on Facebook if you're on Facebook. YouTube if you're on YouTube. Do all that. Also follow Volunteer Roadshow. more new content coming, as well as the content that's always been around. So make sure you're keeping an eye out for that. We've also got our Jumbotron and Stupidity is an Epidemic. It's true. It's true.
Also, go check out our sponsors, Tennessee Tap House, Blue Water Climate Control, and Hound Dogs. Blue Water Climate Control. It's getting cold.
Dude, it is freezing.
So if you need somebody to hook you up with the HVAC needs, go contact Blue Water Climate Control. They will take care of you.
I played golf Monday morning, and it was so cold. The course shut down as I was leaving because it got so much colder while I was playing.
Gross.
It was borderline miserable. Thankfully, I was dressed well. There was a guy out there in t-shirts, not a t-shirt, a polo, but short sleeve shirt.
Do you get like a members only jacket?
I should.
You should.
I should.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I broke the news to Emily if she heard me.
I think she might have already known. I don't know. I don't know. She might have already known.
You said it, and you're like,
She was very nonchalant
I
about
was
it.
like, dang it, I'm the worst.
She was very nonchalant. She doesn't have access to my bank account, so I could have hidden it forever. But
I should have just like act like I was drunk and just fell over or something.
she was also going to find out when she's like, "Well, why won't you come and see me? You played golf 4 times this week. You're spending so much money." No, I'm not. But anyways,
Yeah, you're saving money.
yeah, exactly.
You're getting your money's worth.
I'm saving it in a way. But yeah, there was a guy out there in short sleeve t-shirts because he's insane. He left early.
He must play linebacker.
I don't know. They were drinking, but I don't think there was enough alcohol in the world to keep you warm on Monday. So, but you know what could? Blue Water Climate Control.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Go check them out. All right, let's do it. BasketVols 1-0. It's while Landon's wearing the victory cap. He's going to be wearing it for 28 more games. I don't know how many games Tennessee has left because the schedule is a little weird, but he's going to be wearing it. Plus SEC Championship or SEC Tournament, March Madness.
Yeah, maybe we get a couple more games in there. Who knows?
Could add in a few.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah. Colorado, we got like, what, 2 days notice? 72 hours? Is that right? 3 days?
3 days. Yeah.
3 days.
I think it was 3 days. So, hey, shout out to Colorado for making the trip.
Yeah.
And
props to them.
I would assume they also knew that Tennessee was probably going to be better than them.
Yeah, I think the what's his name? Assistant coach. I'm blanking. Kim English. He was on the Colorado staff.
Okay.
So I think that's what made
Little
the
connection, able to make it work a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Got those connections.
And Colorado's coach, forgot his name, but he used to be an assistant coach at Tennessee.
Okay. I wasn't aware of that. Should have.
98?
Oh.
Because they said it feels like 98. That's how I remember.
That they said that on SEC? On the SEC network?
Yeah. Steve Hamer did it.
God bless.
VFL.
God, just bringing up all these. I'm so mad at the football program right now. I'm so mad. Let's stay on basketball.
Yes.
I don't know why we're bringing up 98 right now.
I mean, 56-47. You got the first win. It wasn't pretty. There was some sloppy play. You started off great. Mm-hmm. But I think you can really see how good Tennessee's going to be defensively.
Right, and you talk about sloppy play, and I know you'll want to talk about defense a lot because their defense looked really good. Colorado, I think, was averaging 80 points a game, held to 47. So, again, this is coming from someone who didn't watch the game, purely just a probing question here. Tennessee was not afraid to rotate guys. EJ Anasicki, Keon Johnson had 13 and 14 minutes apiece. Kumwa had 9 minutes. Jaden Springer had 9 minutes. Is the rotation right now, which I don't blame them, but is it too much? It's hard to get in a rhythm when you and I think that could be how it is all year, but they're probably not looking to outscore their opponents 80-60.
Yeah, I maybe that was kind of like just getting guys acclimated to college basketball because you had 4 newcomers that like haven't played here yet.
Well, they can't be in fantastic shape. You've read all leading up to this week of how much practice these guys have missed.
Yeah, not saying like what they've missed before that, but the whole team didn't practice for 2 weeks.
Right, so they can't be
Friday.
They can't be super fit.
Right. So yeah, it was their sloppy play. I think that's going to be cleaned up. I think you can see the talent on this team, and like you said, the defense is elite.
The defense, by
47
all accounts,
points when they were scoring 80. We held them to 33% from the field. They were shooting around 45% coming into this game. You forced 23 turnovers, and their best player, who's averaging 22 points a game, had 8 points last night.
And, yeah, I mean, the defense looks good. Apparently, Keon Johnson looked really, really good on defense, which is good because that was one of the big things that
And I think to have a really good defensive team, it's all about effort. And so in Tennessee, that's all you can – the talent's there to be good offensively, but if they're going to give effort like that on the defensive end, I don't think you have to worry about the offense as much because, like I said, you have the talent there.
A lot of people seem to think that the zone Colorado came out in, I mean, Rick Barnes even said it, the zone Colorado came out in the second half is what really gave Tennessee fits in terms of points. And Rick Barnes said they haven't gotten to practice their offensive zone play much so far. So another wrinkle kind of thrown into the first game.
Yeah, and Tennessee was up, I think, 16 points at one point, and then they went to zone, and they kind of came back. They forced Tennessee to just shoot from outside, shoot around the elbow right there, and Pons and E.J. Anosike just could not do it. John Fulkerson got in foul trouble pretty early. You didn't see a lot of Keon Johnson and Jaden Springer in the first half, but in the second half, it got to be a 2-point ball game, and then Keon Johnson had a big stop on defense. They came down, threw an alley-oop to him, and then I think we got a steal and hit a three. And, he was just a big spark, and, Colorado was closing the gap, and he just kind of, ended it for them. Their comeback was over at that point.
You love to see it.
Yeah.
From a true freshman.
Yep.
From a true freshman.
And I thought Victor Bailey Jr., he had a great stroke. He had made 3 in a row at one point. Like I said, didn't get a lot from Pons and Fulkerson, but when you needed them down the stretch, I think Fulkerson scored the last 6 points for Tennessee.
Gotcha. And you mentioned Pons having 10 rebounds. So you said it, he still affected the game, struggled shooting, but at least he was able to go in and still impact the game in some way. And then Fulkerson, I mean, we know he's going to get in foul trouble more often than not. So it's nice to have a guy like Anosike who can come in. Probably can't do the same things Fulkerson does, but still a good basketball player.
Yep. Yeah, even when they're able to hold kind of Fulkerson and Pons in check, if you're giving up 47 points a game, I mean, you're probably golden.
Yeah, I mean,
you're going to win a lot of basketball games. You're holding teams to that amount.
You'll win more than you lose if that's the case. The ones you lose are going to be ugly affairs. But if you're playing good defense like that, you're going to be really, really tough to beat. It was overall a good showing for Tennessee in their first go around. Everyone seemed to be pretty impressed with the defense. I'm excited to sit down this afternoon and watch the game. Thank you, SEC Network and ESPN. Really appreciate it. Yeah. Glad I paid for that and pay for my ESPN Plus subscription. Good news, I can watch some random Russian soccer teams play on a Tuesday afternoon, but my hometown basketball team, good luck.
That's rough. I know it was kind of put on them, maybe, but you got to make that happen.
Right. I just don't get why. It's just so dumb. And apparently, I thought at first, I was like, oh man, this is going to be a long night for ESPN because my app was saying no. I tried logging into my brother's account. He wasn't sure if he had the SEC network. I was like, do you not watch TV at home? But he was like, I don't know. You can try it. Tried his, didn't work. Called my other brother. He called me back after the game. But yeah, so I don't know what the deal was. Couldn't get it to work on my phone. I watched the SEC network. I watched Paul Feinbaum on my TV.
Gross.
Yeah.
Pow.
I was like, oh, this is fantastic. But hopefully less games will be on SEC Network Plus. There's an alternate channel. There's an empty channel on TV.
Oh, yeah. They didn't care.
I don't get it.
Plus.
I don't get it. And then their game cast for basketball sucks. It's nowhere near as good as football.
Oh, no.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's bad. At one point, they didn't even have the players on there. It just said the score.
It's better to follow on Twitter than it is the live stream.
And there was some guys it was kind of delayed.
Oh yeah,
because it was on you were streaming it. And so, like, you'd get an update halftime, and it'd be like
4 minutes left. We just got the last TV timeout.
yeah. It wasn't that far away, but it was like a couple plays.
Right.
Like, Jaden Springer just hit a 3. Jaden Springer hits a 3. It's
Dang,
like,
dude, what kind of updates you getting? You getting score play-by-play?
pretty much. Pretty much from the basketball account.
I needed to from the
Yeah, it'd
Twitter
be like
account.
Muscovy hits a
yeah.
3 or something like that, yeah.
I need to turn back on my well, maybe not, because I had them turned off for football season from Hulu Live. May need to turn them on for basketball. Listen, I'm happy to see Fulgerson getting double digits, Vescovi getting double digits, and the start.
Yeah.
I don't know how surprised we are. I think with guys like Keon Johnson, plus Victor Bailey, plus Josiah Jordan-James, plus Jaden Springer, starters were kind of up in the air. Still probably are. I wouldn't call that your cemented starting 5.
Right, and I think, having Keon Johnson, Jaden Springer have to sit out for 12 days and then try to play basketball and get ready in 3.
Right.
That's probably difficult for freshmen who haven't even played their first college basketball game yet.
For sure. It's gonna make the transition when they're ready to go a ton easier.
I think Rick Barnes kind of mentioned that after the game, that you'll see their minutes go up.
Yeah, I was about to say, you probably like to see, because, some of the they're not just going to magically come on late in the season. Like,
Right.
they need to kind of be thrown into the fire a little bit. But it's going to be nice to ease a little bit more into it rather than being...
Yeah, and they kind of were thrown into the fire. Like, usually Tennessee has some exhibition games
That's true.
and stuff like that.
That's
so,
true.
I mean, this was just like, hey, this is the real thing. Good luck. God bless.
Yeah, I mean that's true. They didn't get to play UT Martin or VCU or Charlotte first. They did have to face off against Colorado their first minutes. So that's a good point in terms of seeing them get the court early on. So they're hopefully feeling comfortable come late January, February, March. So
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Got some high energy guys too. EJ Anasicki, just 4 offensive rebounds. Pons 4 offensive rebounds. I mentioned Keon Johnson looking good on defense. I just think that just boosts your whole team when you have guys like that, or who are not just giving their all on offense. They're giving all on defense too, and you don't see that a lot with freshmen in college basketball.
No,
Usually it's the opposite.
It's also normally the style of play, too. And I talked about it before the season started. Tennessee kind of has that perfect mixture. They've got really, really talented but veteran guys in Fulgerson, Pons. I mean, even Vescovi and Josiah Jordan-James were forced to play a ton of minutes last year. They're not brand new. They're not sophomores that didn't get, barely came off the bench or didn't play much. Those guys have a ton of college basketball experience. So you've got a good mix of these experienced guys. Victor Bailey Jr. played at Oregon before coming to Tennessee, but he did get to sit out a year while practicing. So you do have that mix. Plus, insanely talented guys like Keon Johnson and Jaden Springer, and then a transfer in EJ Anasicki, who, played at
Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart, almost at St. John. Sacred Heart. So, not SEC experience, but plenty of good college basketball experience. And then he just has a style of play that fits the way Rick Barnes wants his basketball to be played in terms of grinding at the boards and playing hard defensively. So it's a great mix. I think Tennessee kind of got lucky, and especially keeping Pons around. But they just kind of hit the jackpot with how it all worked out in terms of years. So it's gonna be fun to see this team compete. Now, there's definitely gonna be a stretch of SEC games that it's gonna take all 9-10 guys that played tonight to be really, really competitive in those games and be where I think Tennessee can be, and that's being a regular season SEC champ. But you want to win the tournament. That's the one that matters.
The NCAA tournament.
Well, that one too. But yeah, I'm pumped for this team. I mean, there's an insane amount of talent. You mentioned playing hard on defense part. When you got realistically 7-8 guys competing for starting positions, and somewhat of a pretty level playing field in terms of offensive talent, where you stand out as the defensive end of the court.
Yeah.
And so that's where they're gonna fight to. That's just effort. Most of the time, you do have freak athletes like Pons who can just rise above the rim. I mean, I think he could probably jump above the rim from a sitting position. He's a freak athlete.
I think Tennessee's going to lead the nation in forced technical fouls. Just because, when you're holding teams to 47 points, they're just so frustrated that they can't do anything. And you get Pons, who's a freak. You can't go by him. You can't go over him. You can't really go under him.
So did we get a technical foul last night?
No, I don't think so, but you could tell those guys were getting frustrated with guys like EJ Anasicki just battling on the boards. And similar to Grant Williams, and you mentioned that EJ could be very similar to a Grant Williams in terms of build and just play style.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to just try and move people around down low.
And so, you could tell, in some plays, it was getting to some of those guys. They're like, God bless, who's this, 6'6" bowling ball?
That bowling ball is the perfect way to describe him. And he's probably going to get more calls than Grant Williams did. The officials in this league are not familiar with him. They don't know how strong and tough he is yet, at least. He's going to get more fouls early on. In 14 minutes, he was at the free throw line twice. So
they missed a block. They caught a foul on him, and it was a terrible call. The guy just goes into him. He jumps straight up and hits it in late whistle. Foul. It's just come on. Don't do this. We've been through this before.
He probably will get his fair share of foul calls on the opposite end, though, like our boy Grant Williams.
Yes.
So there definitely will be a little bit of equaling out there. But, I think most of those are going to be effort or hustle fouls. I doubt Anasicki will be committing a ton of dumb fouls. Grant seems like one dumb foul in him every couple games. His always dumb foul was it was kind of a hustle foul, but he would get his second one, and then the next possession, defensive possession, he would get a foul where you're like, you just can't foul there. Yeah. It was always a hustle foul, but it came at a dumb time. You're like, you got to know that you just got your second.
He would always keep me on the edge of my seat when he drove because he's such a big-bodied guy anyway. Oh. And when he made any kind of contact, the defender was going flying.
Right.
So it was just
we're waiting on it. Yeah, what's going on here?
Which one's it gonna be?
Yeah, we need refs that are way up here with their block call. We're coming this way. Good win though. Good win. You get to don the victory cap.
I love it. Some things Tennessee really needs to improve on. Obviously, the zone offense. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they got to knock down shots at the elbow though. Anasicki, Pons, you're not true big. You're not 7 foot under the basket guys. You're gonna have to knock down some shots from that range.
Yeah, especially if like you said, they were just giving them to you.
Yeah, they were literally just shoot it. And EJ Anasicki was 1 for 6, and Pons was 1 for 9. And I know Pons attempted 2 threes, but the majority was right around that range. So, got to knock some of those down. And all of his was on the front of the rim. You got to make an adjustment.
Right.
Got to make an adjustment. And then rebounding. We got out-rebounded tonight. I know a lot of that had to do probably with Fulkerson just being out due to foul trouble. So we were kind of small in there. As I mentioned, EJ Anasicki and Pons, 8 offensive rebounds between the two of them.
Right.
So, yeah, just rebounding. And I just think we got to get guys to go to the basket. Just beat your guy and get to the hole.
I think that was the hardest part about losing Jordan Bone last year. And it was one of the things that made Bone a better point guard than Lamonte. Not necessarily a better player, but a better point guard. Is Bone was really, really aggressive driving to the rim. You got Vescovi, halfway through the year last year, and he would be aggressive at times, but most of the time you knew it when he was penetrating to kick, not penetrating to go to the hole. So if that's the case, you're probably still missing that void from Bone and don't have a true point guard who will just go to the rim and then commit to it. And obviously it's good to penetrate and then kick out, but you do have to have that guy that's committed to go into the hole.
Yep.
It does a lot for your team.
And Vescovi had to do that some tonight with one eye. He got jacked up.
Dude, that picture was nasty.
It was from his own player too.
Was it?
Yeah, it was Keon Johnson. Hit him with an elbow.
Golly. Was it like a loose ball or what?
I think he just kind of fell back into him.
Okay.
Like maybe he was going for something. I remember the play, but I don't remember exactly where the ball was or anything like that. So,
how do we feel about the white hair in action? That's the question.
I love it. I mean, I think it's another, like, people are going to hate it. Like, opposing teams are going to hate him. And I love it. Like, I want some of those Duke players that people just hate.
I don't think he has that personality.
I don't think he does either.
Okay.
But maybe the white hair just helps it a little bit.
That's possible.
It's like, oh, who's this Slim Shady looking dude?
I think he looks too foreign to be mistaken.
He looks like a soccer player.
Yeah, he does. I think he looks too foreign to be mistaken for like that type of person. Definitely.
I mean, he's gonna have a black eye probably and the white hair. I mean, he is Eminem from 8 Mile, 100%.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, he's definitely got that foreigner look down. He's got it going. But
when you need a shot, he's there to make it.
Exactly, dude.
Armbar.
Did he do it tonight?
I didn't see it. I hope he brings it back.
He needs to bring it back. That was a great look. Great look. Anything else for the Volunteers from last night?
Nope. Headed to or not headed to Cincinnati.
Bringing Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Saturday, 12:30.
Right before the Vandy game.
Allegedly. I wish it was during the game. Is that bad?
You wish it was before the Tulip Bowl? Or during the Tulip Bowl?
I wish it was during. Or after. After would be okay with me.
I remember that was, my dad used to always call Tennessee Vanderbilt when we were bad, the Tulip Bowl.
God, what is it now then?
Yeah.
The Trough Bowl?
Yeah, I guess so. The Porta Potty Bowl.
I mean, God. Especially now that, at least, when James Franklin was at Vanderbilt, at least they were a little bit better than us. So it's like when you get beat by them, you're like, oh, I mean, okay.
It sucks, but
now it's like, if you get beat by this team,
everybody's gone. Fired.
Gotta be. I don't even want, let's not talk about that. Tennessee, though, will welcome Cincinnati to town Saturday. It's 12:30 tip-off. SEC Network, alternate channel, of course. And then next Tuesday, App State.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then next Tuesday, App State in Knoxville. That game's on SEC Network, 7 p.m. tip-off.
Alternate channel.
As just SEC Network this time.
Oh, this says SEC Network Plus. Is that what that is?
UT Sport.
Is that what it was today?
It was Plus tonight, but it says alternate on on utsports.com. It is listed as alternate channel, not Plus.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Good Lord. Don't do this to us.
It's incredibly stupid.
You remember that,
they've got
couple seasons, we had a pay-per-view game for football? You remember those?
Well, it used to happen before you got SEC Network.
Right.
Every year, a couple times. Once or twice a year. But yeah.
I mean, I never had to pay for it, but...
Right. Right.
Now it's like...
Those are typically the games I went to.
I mean...
That I was able to...
Who would pay for that now? Imagine this season. Who would pay for a pay-per-view game?
Yeah. Unfortunately, there would still be people. But yeah, I agree.
Wouldn't be this guy.
Nope. I believe that's the day I would not watch any college football.
Yep.
That would be that day.
Just
going to the mountains or something.
Your locks.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't even watch the locks. I
don't like
sweat. I did watch a little bit of that Coastal Carolina game, but that was out of interest for the Shants. Nothing else.
Jamie Chapman, the Maverick.
Exactly. I usually don't like sweating out the locks. Yeah, I don't like sweating them out. So get out of those. All right, team news. What we got here?
Team news. So Jeremy Pruitt had his press conference on Monday.
Seemed to go okay until about halfway through.
JG is done.
I did not expect him to make the right decision, but good for him. Better late than never, I guess.
I mean, like, what changed?
I don't have a clue.
What changed from him? Like, I feel like he kind of used COVID,
which is good.
Last week. Yeah.
He needed to.
You could. And then, like, now it's like, oh, no, he's done. But he was your guy the whole entire time.
Yeah, no, it should have been, I don't know what to say because it just should have been a decision made so long ago.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Whatever. I mean, better late than never, I guess.
Yeah.
Better late than never.
I mean, Tennessee showed some life on Saturdays, so that was something, I guess. But yeah, it is like, why did you wait so long?
It has decimated your team. And you know what? It may not be all JG's fault. But the fact is the team has played worse the worse he's played.
Yeah.
It may not be all his fault, but that's the case. Like, it's easy to see. Look at Kentucky. Since Kentucky, it has been a disaster.
Anytime he makes a good play, like, no one really celebrates with the guy.
But apparently that's just a team issue that needs to get fixed. I mean, did you see what Power T-Tape tweeted out?
Yeah, the Harrison Bailey not helping him up. Yeah, it's like, you gave up the sack, dude. Go pick him up.
You better go pick him up and apologize. You gave up a bad sack.
Yeah.
That you just missed assignments.
Yep.
You didn't get the call correct at the line.
Yep. So it looks like Bailey and Stroud are going to get the majority of the reps moving forward. Then you got the big news, Brent Simaglia opting out. Pruitt said he expects him to be back next year, but the message was weird.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that. I don't. I don't know if it's just like, I mean, we're talking about the same guy who said he was opting out of the NFL draft portal.
True.
So, I mean, like, does he know what he's saying when he says those kind of things?
Yeah. I mean, when Pruitt said he just got done talking to him on Monday when he was doing the press conference, and he didn't really indicate that it went wrong or it went bad, and maybe he wouldn't if it did anyway, but...
Right. But it would be weird to say he thinks he's coming back if that wasn't the true intentions.
Right.
I'll just read it for you, for those of you who haven't read or seen it. This is from place kicker Brent Simaglia, who opted out on Monday. He said, "First and foremost, I want to thank Vol Nation for the support this season. It is with a heavy heart that I have decided to opt out for the remainder of the 2020 football season. It has taken some time to come to this conclusion. However, my focus is to work on my mental well-being and physical health. Due to many hardships and struggles within the program, it is in my best interest to take this additional time to rehabilitate ongoing injuries. I look forward to giving my best in the future."
I guess I can take this victory cap off.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get that off.
That's my hair.
Looks good. Looks good. I mean, are we? Why do you even need to opt out? There's 2 games left. Just be out due to injury.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing. It's like, if I'm gonna believe it's not a locker room issue, then why would 2 games left? I mean, the damage is, if it's like, oh yeah, he wasn't playing good, so you know he wanted to get out because of injury. He's played 8 games. The damage is done.
I would understand not playing the rest of the season due to injury. I don't get the tweeting out that you're opting out. Here's my question.
It's like, I'm available to play, but I'm not.
Yeah, so my question is why is this different from a normal year, him coming to Pruitt on Monday morning and going, hey man, my quad or hamstring, whatever is bothering him, it's not there. I can't kick. You know, I've been not great lately. Like, I need to rest, recover. Probably won't play the rest of the season because I'm just not able to give this team my all. So what's the difference in doing that any other year and then tweeting this out? Is it because it's 2020 and you can opt out?
Is that just the thing to do right now? Is just opt out?
I think so. Like, because there's
That's like the decommit.
he's out due to injury. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Unless Pruitt's just blatantly lying, and it's possible. But he also says due to many hardships and struggles within the program, which I think a lot of people want to believe is added. I think he's just saying we suck.
Yeah.
I don't think he's like Pruitt's lost the locker room, so I'm quitting on the team. I don't think that's what he's. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's like,
yeah, within the program that tells me it's not about you.
right. But I don't. I just think he's like, we suck, and I'm hurt. I'm not gonna play anymore. Like, there's no point in me playing. I'm not playing anymore. That's what I read into it.
And you don't think he wanted to get out kicked by Sarah Fuller?
And maybe that was a little bit of it. But I just don't.
I don't think that at all. But like,
I don't think
it just seems weird.
Again, we're talking about the same kid who said, I'm not gonna go to the NFL draft portal. Which is something that doesn't exist.
I forgot about that. That's hilarious.
So I love Brent Smaglia.
Dong punch.
But I'm not, and we all know the stupid things do we think this was a well thought out typed message in his notes on his phone? So I'm just like, I'm not willing to look into that a ton. Now we can talk about the dudes that are tweeting that are like, I wish I had a chance. Keyshawn Lawrence. We can talk about that. That's dudes who are obviously, and I think the same thing with Brent Smaglia, but I don't think Brent Smaglia was trying to send up a smoke flare of like the locker room's going. I think all Brent Smaglia did was confirm what I believe, and it's that the players know that we suck right now. I don't think it's like, dudes are, I don't know. I think people are blowing it a bit out of proportion. I don't think he's necessarily trying to go against Pruitt purposefully. I think it is an indictment of what's going on at UT. Right. But I don't think it's like I don't think Brent Smaglia is like, hey, we need to fire Jeremy Pruitt. I think he's tweeting like a 21-year-old who has access to his phone all the time and tweets dumb stuff like most people that age do. And yeah, I don't think it's anything more than that. I don't think he will probably return next year. Yeah, with Pruitt or not.
And that's the weird part. It's like if you're gonna opt out now, it's like, hey, I've been injured and I'm prepared to get ready for the NFL.
Right.
No one would have an issue. But it's like leaving it open that I'm probably gonna come back next year. I just don't want to play these last 2 games.
Right.
I've been injured. I've played 8 already. We're not winning, so I'm out.
Right. But again, why not why even and that's the whole thing that I'm like, I think we're reading too much into the note. I think it's just,
why does everybody why do you have to announce every little thing you do in life now?
Because hold on. I can tell you right now. Same reason we have Twitter, Landon. Same reason we have Facebook. Because it got 208 retweets and 1.9 thousand likes.
That's true. It's a good point. The clout.
Pruitt going on Monday's press conference going, Brent Smaglia is injured. He'll be out the rest of the year. Paxton Brooks will be taking over place kicking duties. That would not get anywhere near as much attention.
It's true. It's a good point.
And I'm not, whatever. You get to announce it. People want to talk about you. Do it. But again, I think people are forgetting that we're talking about dudes who they want what everybody else wants in life. Attention.
Yeah.
It's nothing more. It's nothing more. It's like the Brian Maurer thing, tweeting about
the fans.
No, the one about like, he's giving his offer to, don't come back. I'm like, he could be talking about 30,000 different people. Not 30,000. He could be talking about a lot of different people though. He could be talking about himself.
Yeah, it's hard to read into anything Brian Maurer puts out there because
at the end of the day, I just think when we read, and it's the same stuff like when you read from recruits. Like, you got to remember who they are.
Right.
And they're not that much different than you. If you tweeted something like that, what would it really mean?
Yeah. And they love the attention.
Yeah, I don't blame them. It's an easy way to get likes. It's an easy way to get clicks. It's satisfying. I don't blame you. I'm just saying, I feel like everybody wants it to be some big smoke screen, like, or not smoke screen, but like some big flare of like, this is it, Jeremy. Like, you got to fire him now. I don't think we learned any new information from what Brent Smaglia or Brian Maurer or Keyshawn Lawrence or anybody who's tweeted over the last weekend. Nothing they've said has led me to believe anything different than what I've already believed about the program.
I just don't get, as a coach, that you're just like letting people quit on the season. That just seems weird to me. If a kid came up to you and was just like, hey, Caleb, I know we're playing for the district championship tomorrow, but I think it's best for me that I just come back next year. Well, I mean, what would you say? Don't worry about coming back next year either?
I mean, that's the thing is like the opting out thing is what I don't understand. Why are you not just sitting out due to injury? Why are you not just injured? That's what it sounds like to me, is that he's injured.
Yeah.
So why can't you just be injured? That's what I don't get. Because you're right, it is. I don't know the Brent Smaglia situation, so I'm not willing to say that he's quitting on the team. Because I don't know the situation. He could be very injured. He could be needing to take some time off for himself. I don't know.
But you're healthy enough to kick two 50-yard field goals against Arkansas.
But what I do know is that I know what it looks like when you say you're opting out with 2 games left and the team stinks.
Yeah.
I do know what it looks like. Just like, I'm not saying the offensive linemen don't care about the quarterback or Harrison Bailey, but I do know what it looks like when you give up a sack and walk off the field without even looking at him.
Yep.
I don't know what it means, but I know what it looks like. So,
or when JG scores a touchdown against Auburn
and no one celebrates.
No one celebrates.
Yeah. Actions speak louder than words. They do. So, again, I know what it looks like. I'm not saying it is what it is. Like, I'm not saying it is what I believe it is. But I know what it looks like, and it just doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't look good. So, but again, I'm not willing to believe anything more absurd about Jeremy Pruitt's program because somebody tweeted that the program was in bad shape. We all knew that.
Yeah.
We knew that.
Yeah.
So, I find, I mean, it is what it is. Whatever.
Then you have Josh Palmer. He accepted the invite to the Reese's Senior Bowl. So it looks like he will not be back next year.
If you go to that Senior Bowl, can you not return, though? Like, how does that work?
I don't know how that works. Jeremy Pruitt was asked about that in his press conference and did not really...
Seemed like he didn't know either.
Yeah, and he was just like, yep, if he's going to accept that, yeah, he's probably not coming back. This basically was his...
Right.
verbatim.
See, I kind of think, unless there's a rule about if you play in that game, you can't. I kind of think it could be the opposite. Because unless you go and show out there and move up, because he's probably going to be an undrafted guy right now. So unless he was to move up to get drafted, then he, maybe sticking around.
But here's my thing with Josh Palmer. And he's been a victim of bad quarterback play since he's been here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does he know for sure it's going to get better next year? If not,
yeah, that's a big thing.
Then why? I mean, why come back? Honestly,
yeah, no, that's definitely a big thing, and could be a guy that if he does decide to play college football again, maybe could hit the transfer portal.
Yeah, but I think he could be just like a Marquez Callaway. Like we all knew Marquez Callaway was a really, really good football player, and we didn't really get to see it showcased enough in college. Mm-hmm. But now he's playing a lot for the New Orleans Saints.
So here's my question for you then. Would you rather be an undrafted guy that kind of goes that Marquez Callaway route? Would you rather go ahead and spend that last year in college football? So take that extra year, play college football. You're not getting paid, but potentially get a signing bonus, period, and bigger signing bonus, potentially. In worst case scenario, unless you get a season, career-ending injury, you're probably still going to be an undrafted free agent, so you just lose a year. Like, what would you?
I think a lot of, like, if it was just football, I think it'd be different, but I feel like the school thing has a lot bigger impact than what people think. People are just like when I graduated, I was done. I didn't want to go back to school. School
Right.
sucked.
He just has to take 6 hours a semester of ballroom dancing, though, and bowling.
Right, but
So,
still, like, you
or
gotta
online,
get up, you gotta go
online
to class.
walking class.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
you don't know what he'll get his master's in.
I don't. Yeah, I just think there's probably more to it. Like, if you're going to be an undrafted free agent, why not just do it now?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
And, like, if you don't know if the program's going to be in a lot better situation and you know that, then
Yeah, that definitely would change.
Like the basketball program, East Pond knew the basketball program would be in a better shape this year than it was last year.
Right.
And that's why he came back. But with Josh Palmer, there's not a for sure that it's going to be a lot better. You hope. Mm-hmm. You hope the quarterback play is going to be a lot better, but you don't know for sure because there's still kind of question marks at that position.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I would expect Josh Palmer to leave as it is right now. At least not be at Tennessee anymore.
Right.
Doubt he transfers, but I wouldn't necessarily rule it out if he thinks he can get better.
Yeah. And
a better draft.
And I would love to have him.
Yeah,
I think he's a really good talent on this team, but unfortunately he came in the exact same time that JG came in.
Right, and then assuming that either...
Or a year after, sorry.
And then assuming that either JG Stroud or Bailey starts next year and not our 6-year guy, quarterback situation at least should get better. So We'll see. I don't know. Any other team news?
Who do you think starts Saturday?
It's probably Stroud. And not that I hate it, but it's just like, what did Bailey do to lose it?
Right. Yeah.
And I'm not saying Stroud played really good.
I mean, he said it'd be kind of hashed out on the practice field, which...
Of course.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see.
I think both will play.
Both will play, I would imagine.
And I do think he mentioned Brian Maurer will probably have that same type of role. Just kind of be...
So does JG not make the trip then? Or do you have 4 quarterbacks?
Dude, if you're JG, do you not just enter the transfer portal and done?
Oh, you're opting out if you're JG.
I
agree, but
yeah,
I don't... Surely he didn't hang around this long to do that, but maybe.
I mean, what's it doing for you?
I don't disagree. I'm just like, seems like you're too far in at this point.
Yeah, I mean...
I could be wrong, but...
I don't know, maybe you just try to find another home already? Like you're just trying to work on that? I don't know.
No clue.
Do you
I heard
try
Rutgers
to go somewhere else?
Do what?
Do you try to go somewhere else, or do you try to, I don't know, try to be a practice player in the NFL? You're a great practice player at Tennessee. I don't know why you don't try in the NFL.
What JG major in?
He's going to be the greatest NFL practice player of all time.
Is that what he majored in?
100%.
I don't know, man.
It's probably like, I don't know. He's been here a while, so he should.
He's probably got a couple
degrees. Yeah.
So that's a guy who loves school.
Oh, Brandon Kennedy loves school.
He does love school. He did complete his bachelor's degree in psychology in December of 2019, and he is pursuing a master's degree in cultural leadership, education, and communications.
What's agricultural leadership? That sounds like a...
No.
That sounds like a FFA leader or something. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't have a good answer for you.
So we got some recruiting updates. A little. First of all, we'll go into recruiting, and then I got a question for you. So 3-star strong side defensive end Darrell Jackson decommitted from Tennessee, and then that same day 3-star defensive line Amari McNeil committed to Tennessee.
One for the other.
Yeah, I mean, I think you needed another defensive lineman. You're probably not going to get Tywan Malone. He's probably headed to Ole Miss. So that's probably your last defensive lineman in this class. Big dude, 280, 6'4". I think he's listed as an offensive tackle, but I think he's going to play – he mentioned he's going to play defensive line at Tennessee.
Interesting.
Yep. Not a great
I was going to say, do you think he's dominant enough? Because it's not a great offer list. I know that.
Yeah.
Is this a guy who hopefully just didn't attend camps? Or
I think his most recent offers are kind of bigger D1 schools, so it's makes me think that it was just people were late and his recruitment is starting to pick up. But yeah, the offer list is not. It looks better once you get into the actual, like, you click on the actual offers. Minnesota, Memphis, Washington State. No, didn't get an offer. I don't know.
I'm still not impressed.
Yeah. Washington State did offer. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, maybe he's a really good player.
I like the confidence coming with that. I love it.
I mean,
I'm just so depressed about football. I understand. I'm not bashing. I understand. It's a depressing topic.
It is. Speaking of another depressing topic, let's go back to Brian Maurer.
All right.
I mean, what do you make of the comments? He deleted the tweet, so I guess he didn't.
Good decision.
Yeah, I guess he didn't think it was too great himself, or somebody was just like, "Dude, please delete that."
Right. A lot of fans aren't going to like to hear this, but I think in a way he's right in terms of I think there is, and I think most former players would agree with this, and then current players would agree with this. There is a level that, and I'm not saying fans can't criticize and can't ask for a better product, but there is a level that unless you've played, coached, worked, really, really closely in the program, like there's a level that you'll never be that. You'll never be what those guys are and what that program means to them. In the same sense that they'll never understand that Tennessee football is my life. Like there'll be some guys that understand that. There's some guys that come here, maybe they didn't grow up a Tennessee fan or grow up even caring about Tennessee, but they came here and now they don't miss a Saturday. Mm-hmm. So I mean, there's definitely like some overlap, but I mean, yeah, there is a level I think that unless you did blood, sweat, and tears it. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like fans do have the right to criticize. Fans do give, and we talked about this over the summer. I don't even remember exactly what it was, but there should be an appreciation on both sides, like where players appreciate fans because without fans, nothing they did it mattered. Like if people didn't care about Tennessee or care about football, you would have a big stadium to play in that would pay for your school and maybe pay for your career eventually. Fans without players and coaches and just the program in general wouldn't have something that they held in such high regard and cheered for and lived about and all that. So I mean, there should definitely be this like respect for one another, but there also should be an understanding. And I've even heard some of the same people that are mad about it are like VFL should only be reserved for players. Well, then why can't players say that line of like, what do you have the exact tweet? Did you screenshot it?
I did.
Because there's, like I said, there's definitely, I don't agree with him. But I think there definitely is like a level that fans just aren't players or former players.
And I think this was kind of a reaction to maybe somebody overstepping and not just being like, oh, this guy sucks. Telling a player to go kill themselves because they perform poorly on the field is the line that's crossed, and then maybe he's kind of reacted to this.
Which brings me to my next point. Don't tweet at a player.
Or recruits.
And probably another hot take, but even if you have something nice to say, don't tweet at a player. Because you know what that person that tweeted something nice will say. The next time they'll go, if the dude makes a mistake, they'll go, man, I tweeted something nice at him. I have the right to say something mean. No, you don't. So just don't tweet at him.
Yes.
And you know what? If you feel like you really need to compliment them, if you really need to feel like you need to compliment a player, if you're like, I really want to tell them, good game, they did a good job, then if you see him out in public, good game, you guys played really good today, and leave it at that. Because, and I'm guilty of this, and I think it is a tad bit different, but criticizing players over Twitter, I'm not tagging them, can still be and I'm not saying fans shouldn't do it. I'm not saying it keeps people from coming here. But it's just like, you do got to remember that these people are human. So the people that are like, JG is effing terrible, he should kill himself and never come back to Tennessee, but whatever. Like, let's remember that we are all people.
Right. And
let's keep that.
Brian Maurer, you got to remember, in every fan base, there's those certain
there are
fans.
idiots.
So don't be careful just using fans,
right?
Because you're attacking all of them.
You'll alienate. I do know this. My mom always told me if I don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. So that'll go towards the fans.
Smart.
And then my mom also always told me to just ignore rude people. So both sides of that. If you are the rude person, just shut up.
Uh-huh.
If you're the person that someone's being rude to, just ignore them.
Yeah.
So that's my take on that. But
yeah, so this is the tweet from Brian Maurer. He said, let's get this clear. This isn't your team. You are a fan of us. Until you put in the blood, sweat, and tears we do, this will not be your team. As a team, we spend countless hours a week, years away from our family, and all that for someone like you to criticize us. No disrespect. I just...
yeah.
It's hard. It's hard for fans to take that from a guy that's been here for 2 seasons,
right?
Has not really played a whole lot, and I want the players just recognize this. If you're coming to Tennessee and after Tennessee you have nothing to do with them again, well, we're still going to be fans of that team.
Right.
We were fans before you got here. We're going to be fans way after you're gone.
Yeah.
So this is as much our team as it is.
Yeah,
yours.
no, absolutely. And again, that's another thing is that it's not the fans' team or the team's team. It is a collective, everyone's team. Because if without the fans, you would be like a high school football team where mom, dad, maybe the students show up to watch you play. The TVs wouldn't be there. The NFL wouldn't. If you didn't have fans, the NFL wouldn't be there for you to go. It is a very much an environment where we rely on each other to enjoy the sport, enjoy the thing that's happening. So I just don't get the hate from either side, where it's like fans are like, no, I'm entitled to just as much as you are. I mean, they are entitled to a little bit more than us. It's why when people want takes, when we want takes, well, we interview VFLs. Like they do have a little bit more of a, they are entitled to a little bit more than.
Yeah, they have that credibility.
Yeah.
They put on the uniform.
Yeah, so there's something different. Like I said, there's something more to someone who's been a part of it. Again, though, fans can criticize. It does not take a genius or a rocket scientist or to know people that know what's going on in the locker room in terms of the bad, especially when y'all are tweeting it all the time.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't take a rocket science to figure out when the offensive play calling is absolute dog crap.
We all have the same goal. We all want to win.
And then it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that we can't defend the middle of the freaking field. So yeah, it's okay to criticize. And I don't even know what his exact point is. I don't even know. I was unsure before, and then even after you read the quote, I think I'm even more unsure now. But I just don't. I don't get.
But then he's the guy who's always tweeting something to try to get a reaction out of somebody else.
Right. I will never understand the fans' hate for players in that situation where it's like, I give more than you, blah blah blah. And then the same thing from the fan. I don't get the players' reactions to the fans. This isn't about you. I mean, it is a little bit, because you wouldn't matter in a sense if us as fans didn't exist.
Yeah.
If 102,455 didn't fill the stands, who would care?
Yeah, and maybe not blood, but the sweat and tears part. I think Tennessee fans have done and probably some have
I've given
spilled some blood.
I've given blood. It wasn't directly for Tennessee. It was in G10, but yeah, I have given blood. I almost died.
But the thing is, fans would give blood if Tennessee was like,
We do every
"Hey,
year.
guys,
We have a blood drive with Kentucky, and
Yeah.
we try to beat them.
hey guys, we need your help. We need some blood." Oh, Tennessee fans would go nuts. You know how much blood they'd fill that whole stadium with blood.
We do a blood drive every year against
That'd be
Kentucky.
so
I don't know what our record is, but we do. Some people have given blood. I've seen people fall down those stands. I've seen it.
We had a band member on the field.
Yeah, exactly.
They almost died.
Right. Yeah, I definitely. It is a. I just don't get it.
We're all in it together.
I also don't think again. Someone told him to delete it. Surely, I don't think he deleted that on his own.
Probably not.
But just let's all appreciate one another.
Yeah.
Let's all appreciate one another.
We're all for the same
I
team.
mean, we are all for the same team. Also, we want players who will turn into fans. That's another good thing.
Yeah. I mean, we want those VFLs to come. Bobby Graham, perfect example. Saw him today. He yelled at me for not texting him back.
You did see him?
Yeah, I was walking my dog and saw him. But he didn't grow up a Tennessee fan.
No.
From North Carolina, but now he, like you said, doesn't miss a Saturday.
Right. And there's guys like that. And I'm not saying Peyton Manning would have been forgotten because he did have such a successful NFL career. But I promise you, it changes when a guy like that wants to be a fan of the program when he leaves.
Yep. Come back around.
Yeah. When the guy wants to come back around, it impacts not only his legacy, but also the program's.
Yep.
I do wish he would stop attending games.
Yeah, our record with him there is terrible.
He should start going to Florida games.
You ready to get
Not
into,
Tennessee, Florida games.
Ready to get on
Let's talk about it.
Tulip Bowl.
I've been watching this 3-minute video on ESPN about Sarah Fuller probably 8 times now. So
Get on repeat.
yeah, I mean it's literally only it's a 5-minute and 22-second video.
Nice.
I've never watched it. I've watched it. I've never listened to it. So, yep.
Pretty good though. Recommend it.
Sure.
5 stars.
Yeah. 1 star because Vanderbilt's logo. Yeah. Yep.
They're not a service academy.
They are not a service academy.
In case anybody was wondering, they're not.
The Commodore also has nothing to do with military service.
Oh, I thought it was a Commodore.
Yes. Those dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. This game is going to be ugly. Just for reference, Tennessee's averaging 20 points per game and Vanderbilt's averaging 14.
God. What's the over-under's 50? I'd be shocked if there's 50 points scored in this game.
I will be very shocked.
Only,
If there are 50 points, Tennessee is going to have its best offensive outing since probably that.
Tyler Bray was here.
Yeah, was it the Buffalo game that we broke the record?
No, Troy.
Troy. Probably the best outing since then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, just
it's gonna be a slugfest of sorts.
Tennessee's a 15-point favorite.
15 points? Maybe Tennessee will have.
I mean, the thing is, like, Tennessee should beat this team. They
should
have a
beat
lot
them.
more talent than Vanderbilt's terrible.
Right.
They're absolutely terrible.
Tennessee should be better than they are, but they're not.
This terrible Vanderbilt team with an interim coach, I mean, we should beat the brakes off them.
I also
No matter who's at quarterback.
Right. I also don't think it will be played either. I will be shocked if this game gets played. So Tennessee,
Tennessee,
the 2-7 Volunteers.
They desperately need a win.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's an 0-8 Vanderbilt team. They desperately
No,
need a win.
absolutely. It's a 3 looks better than 2,
It does.
if my math skills are correct.
And the week after this is National Signing Day. You want to have it at least going into that with, hey, we just won a game. We didn't lose.
We didn't lose.
I mean, Vanderbilt has a true freshman quarterback, and he's thrown for more yards than Jake.
He's thrown for more yards.
He also has 9 interceptions. So I don't know if our DBs can catch a football. I really don't. But if they can, this will be the game to do it.
Well, and then they got some shade thrown at them by a freaking community college defensive back. I don't even know who it was. He tweeted. He's like, it looks like a no-fly zone to me or whatever. Also, let's be clear. Typically, no-fly zone means that's good for DBs, typically. Yeah. But the tweet was like, come fly with us or something like that. So he tweeted, no. It looks like a no-fly zone. I don't even know who it was. Which I did want to clarify that is typically means but that is a tough secondary.
You didn't tweet at the recruiter.
I didn't tweet at him. I tweeted No, I didn't tweet about him. I screenshot it and sent it to my brothers and was like, look at this guy. You don't even know what no-fly zone means.
What a moron.
But I didn't tweet at him.
You didn't. You chose it yourself. Yeah, good for you. Or you kept it in the family.
I did, yeah.
Until now.
I'm okay with that, though. I feel like...
You didn't put it on social media.
If he watches this podcast, I'm sorry.
You didn't do it for likes and
I didn't.
clicks,
Well,
so.
I mean, unless you include that. But
Yeah.
if he's watching this, we can talk about it.
Come to Tennessee.
If you're about that no-fly zone life. If you're not, we're good.
I think he plays defensive line, so...
Oh, does he play defensive line?
If you do, I mean, you could help that.
Yeah.
So...
We will not be mad.
No.
I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, Tennessee should beat Vanderbilt. They're terrible. And I think Tennessee showed a little bit of life against Florida. I think they did some good things on defense.
Yeah.
And offensively, you just looked a lot better because you didn't turn the football over.
Right. No, absolutely.
So we should beat them by 2 touchdowns at least.
15 points. And Pruitt going for 2.
I was very upset on Saturday because I wanted Tennessee to either let's win or just let Florida cover so we can I can be super happy or make a little bit of money.
Yeah,
Neither
that's
one
fair.
happened. Neither one happened. So,
Yeah, that's definitely tough when
yeah,
both of those are.
I'm not picking against Tennessee, but I'm not picking them either.
That's fair. If Vanderbilt plays, I mean, they're going to have defensive backs at linebacker.
We probably need that too. Honestly.
Eric Gray should run, probably. I don't know. Eric Gray should run for 150 yards.
Oh, yeah. Easy. Our offensive line should dominate.
I assume Cooper Mays will be starting at center again. Have we heard?
I don't know. Be him. Kennedy's back, so
Kennedy is back?
Him, Kennedy,
Okay.
or Carvin.
Gotcha.
Carvin played some on Saturday too, so I don't know. You know who the it's Pro Football Focus, but you know who graded out the best on offense?
On offense?
Yeah.
Probably Valus or Trout.
It was Shroud.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. He had the most yards. I think he had a better completion percentage than Bailey. 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, You've always been a Shroud fan, and
I'm a Trout guy. I think he's super talented. I thought he was underrated for a 3-star. I'm not saying he's a SEC caliber, all SEC guy. I don't know if Tennessee was the right fit for him, but I did last year and the year before. I did think he was the most talented, raw talent, best arm, ability to move around the pocket, get out of the pocket. Not necessarily a dual threat top guy, but definitely could evade pressure. I thought he was the most talented guy. Should have been playing earlier.
yeah. I mean, really.
I thought they put him in a terrible situation against Kentucky.
Yeah,
So.
I agree.
What did you think about Dan Mullen's comments about Tennessee's defense? Is that not just like a Spurrier jab?
Yeah.
Like, why are we all like, we gave them what they want? They've done it to every effing team this year. We're just not good. We didn't give them what they want. We're just not good.
Also, you tried to run the ball 17 times
Yeah, you didn't completely
and had
give it up.
19 yards. So don't say you didn't try. To
Also,
run.
all these people that are like, Mullen ran a conservative offense are also the ones that are like, we just gave them the pass? No, which one is it? Because either they were passing all game or they were being conservative. You can't be both.
Right.
But I mean, everyone gave them the pass in a sense, I guess.
I mean, we did some of the best stuff on defense against their offense they've seen this year. So you think Alabama isn't going to use that with a lot more talent and just beat the brakes off Florida?
It was a Spurrier job. He's trying to act like Steve Spurrier. That's all it was. He's trying to get under our skin, and it worked. Piece of.
I'll punch him right in the nose.
Spurrier a couple years ago was signing autographs. I don't know if he threw out the first pitch or something at the Johnson City Cardinals game. I wanted to go talk so much trash to him.
Did you get an autograph?
I didn't make it over to the game. I was like, I wonder if he would talk. Here's my thought. He would talk trash back and embarrass me, so I'm glad I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Because he's a pretty good trash talker. And I'm not always quick on my feet. So. Didn't want to do it.
I would tell you to say something about the visor, but you also wear visors, right?
I'm not a big visor guy. I have a couple visors.
Okay.
I even have a Spurrier type visor, not a Dan Mullen type visor.
You should have just did that guy, the Spurrier.
That's why, yeah, no, I think that'd be great to do to him.
You think he would laugh? You think he would get it?
He's had to see that. I've seen that video. It's 15 years old now. There's no way he's not. If not, I know what I want to do. And that's either show him that video or just do that. One or the other.
That guy, your spirit animal?
Yes. I just love the end where he's like, he finishes up the whole thing. He's like, and we're gonna, blah, blah, blah. And the lady's like, okay, thank you. And he's like, thank you, go Dogs.
Thank you, go Dogs.
That's just a hilarious transition to me. So I love it. God, I hope we beat Vanderbilt this weekend. I don't know how you don't. Like you said, I mean, they're just not good.
They're terrible.
They're depleted.
I did like
They're
you
on
say
an
about
interim coach.
Eric Gray. Eric Gray should forget.
Yes.
All of them. Just like
Their
he did last
front
year.
seven's going to be ace. I mean, complete ace.
I'd like to see us open up a little bit and just take some shots.
I would love to see our offense look like a real offense for once in our freaking
Be nice. Take that into National Signing Day.
Please.
Hey, we won a game and our offense looked good.
And you got to be recruiting Eric Gilbert right now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And apparently BJ Ojolari's might leave too.
Is he at LSU too?
Yeah.
What in the world?
I mean, I'll take the Marietta
Yeah, for sure. But what the world?
reunion.
Oh, God. Whatever.
A lot of people are like, he was homesick and he's going to Georgia. Well, Darnell Washington's at Georgia. So, is he going to leave?
Yeah. That's a good point.
I mean, I'll gladly take either one. So,
Good point. Good point.
that's kind of surprising to me.
I mean, they went to LSU, though, because they won a national championship. So
Oh,
now
yeah,
that they're not
100%.
good,
100%.
and you get a free transfer, they're looking for a way out. So they won't be coming to Tennessee, let's be honest. They're going somewhere they can win immediately. I would think.
And Eric Gilbert, just one of those guys that could really go anywhere.
Right.
BJ Ojolari, too.
Yeah, for sure. All right. College football this week. You want to
Oh, your loss.
will you pick these games when I say them?
Yeah, sure.
Just straight up?
Straight up. Don't even, no research whatsoever.
Yeah. I just want you to
straight
pick
up.
them. And I might just throw $1 on all of them.
Okay.
Just for fun. All right. From Moneyline.
Top
Top
25. You
25.
have that much faith in me. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So first I got top 25. Okay, Utah at number 21, Colorado.
Oh, that's the
Utah,
Colorado.
Let's say Utah's 1-2, Colorado's 4-0. Worth mentioning. Number 9, Georgia at number 25, Missouri.
Georgia.
Easy. This one's tough. Number 1, Alabama at Arkansas.
Bammer.
Number 11, Oklahoma at West Virginia.
Oklahoma, West Virginia's trash.
You say that, but we're talking about the Big 12.
I wouldn't put money on it. How about that? But I'll pick Oklahoma and not put money on it, so they'll probably win.
That's fair. Illinois at number 14, Northwestern.
Northwestern.
Number 13, Coastal Carolina at Troy.
Shots. 13.5. You like
Yep.
it by 14? You like it? Is that a lock?
Oh, that's a lock.
Ooh.
That's a lock. Number 17, North Carolina at number 10, Miami.
I feel like this is going to be a good game.
I do too. Miami's just a 3.5 point favorite.
I think I'm going to go with North Carolina just because of their offense.
It's kind of the way I'm leaning. I think it'll just be, can North Carolina keep up?
Can Miami keep up or North Carolina?
Can North Carolina keep up?
Okay.
I think Miami will score. The over-unders at 67.5. I think Miami won't have a problem scoring. I don't think North Carolina will have a problem scoring early, but we've seen them peter out.
It's true. Yeah.
So we'll see.
That's one of the games.
Did you say you said Miami though?
I'm going with North Carolina.
You're on North Carolina? Okay.
Yeah. I don't feel great about it, but I
don't dislike it. I think I would. I'm going to listen to you, by the way, but I think I would typically take Miami in this. But I'm going to listen to you, and I'll be putting $1 on North Carolina this week. Then I've got Purdue at number 12, Indiana. That game might get canceled, though.
Indiana
game might get. I think Purdue had to cancel practice yesterday. Don't know if they practice today or will practice today.
Indiana just keeps winning. I don't know how they do it, but they just keep on doing it.
Wisconsin at number 16, Iowa.
The line is even.
I'm taking Iowa.
I'm taking Iowa, too. It's in Iowa.
Hawkeyes.
So, yeah, I'm going to take that.
Number 20, Texas at Kansas.
Texas.
Texas is a 30-point favorite. That's how bad Kansas is.
Kansas is terrible. How many... Have they, come close? Oh, they almost beat Texas Tech last week.
Good Lord.
16-13.
What a game.
Yeah, who would have picked that?
What a game. LSU at number 6, Florida.
Florida.
You don't like the upset?
No.
Oh, come on. Orgeron in December?
Nah.
Come on.
Anytime we've needed LSU to beat Florida,
Right. It'll never happen. Yeah. Number 22, Oklahoma State at Baylor.
Dude, Oklahoma State sucks.
I kind of want to take Baylor, at least to cover 5.
I hate them. I hate Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I know. They've cost me some money this year.
Yeah. I'll probably go...
They also cost me money by winning 45-0 or whatever it was over Kansas. Was it Kansas State?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
So F them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Oklahoma State. I don't feel great about it though.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it, but I'll do it. Number 15, USC at UCLA.
I'm gonna go USC.
USC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep it going.
Yeah, they look like they've caught a little spark.
Could they be in the college football playoff talk?
I would think if they finish out and Pac-12 misses out, I think there's at least a chance that they're in the discussion.
Yeah, for sure. They're 15 right now. I mean, I know they're 4-0, but
yeah,
still.
San Diego State at number 18, BYU.
BYU, baby. Got to get back on the track.
Yeah, you got to get back on track. I kind of want to take them. Did I? Might not be a lock. I can't remember now. Kind of want to take them to cover. I might have put them as a lock.
They're going to be pissed in Provo.
In Provo. That's the key. They don't have to travel this week. They don't have to travel.
The Mormons and the Aztecs, baby.
All right. Let's do some SEC games real quick that we missed. Did we miss any? Auburn at Mississippi State. Auburn. Yep. I agree. That's one of my locks. Let me pull up my locks here for you guys.
Oh, we didn't do a score prediction for Tennessee.
God dang it. I'm going to go Tennessee finding some offense this week. 30. Vanderbilt, 13. Sarah Fuller kicks not 1, 2 field goals.
Oh, man.
They're going to give her a chip shot, like 20-yard field goal. 10-yard field goal will be from the goal line. 20-yard field goal. And then she's going to surprisingly hit like a 33-yarder or something like that.
I'm going to go 38-14.
How many field goals does Sarah Fuller kick?
None.
They go for 2 once? Is that how they got there?
Yeah, probably. They go for 2 twice. Don't get the first one. They get the second one to make it 14.
I like it. Locks of the week. Here you go. Pitt.
Take notes.
Minus 6.5 over Georgia Tech. Lock it.
Oh.
Coastal. The Shots. Minus 13.5 over Troy. Listen, I know they're a little hungover, but here's what you got to know about mullets. They perform better when hungover.
That's true. That's a good point. I like that.
Stanford.
Let's get a shirt.
Mullets. Better hungover. Stanford, -2.5 over Oregon State. It's my Pac-12 pick. I like it.
Wait, say it one more time. Sorry.
Stanford, -2.5 over Oregon State. And then Auburn and Mississippi State over 49.5.
Okay.
If that doesn't hit, it wasn't because the defenses were good. It's because the offenses sucked.
Which I could see. There's a good chance.
There's a good chance, but the defenses aren't going to play good.
But
So
it's a lock, so it's locked in.
it is a lock.
Caleb the Locksmith is locked in.
It is locked in. I just know that if it doesn't hit, it's going to be an ugly affair.
It's true.
An ugly affair. So, sorry if it doesn't hit.
I can't
Wasn't my
believe I
fault.
just said 38-7. I know it's just going to be so
You said
ugly.
38-14, big guy.
Oh, 38-14. Oh, man. I'll be shocked if there's that much offense in it.
Landon's telling you to take the over.
Yeah. And then the smart side of me is like, you're a moron.
I like it. Yeah, don't re-guess your picks.
Yeah, just take it. Lock it. Don't bet on it, but lock it.
All right.
Dude, I want to know, so you've bet on sports before this year. Is this year just, like, I understand sports are all over the place, but is this year, like, been a lot harder to predict than other years?
See, I've never bet on NFL this much. And I feel like NFL is where it's gotten me. Like, what's gotten me the most.
Gotten you the most money or
No,
like killed you?
Killed me the most.
Okay.
College football, I've done fine. And I've always done okay. And where college football is usually really hard is the early cupcake games. That's usually where it's really hard. Conference games, usually a little bit easier. So I can't tell you for NFL. I just know NFL has gotten me.
Yeah, it's
Like, I'm almost to the point I'd never want to bet on NFL again.
yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to bet on the 1 o'clock games, but
Yeah.
primetime games, I'm leaving alone because they're always
Right.
terrible.
Yeah, so I don't have a good answer for you about that other than I do know that the NFL's done got me.
Okay. I was just curious that I was hoping it gets easier, but maybe it doesn't.
Not for me. The NFL was. I watch so much more college football though than I do NFL.
That's true too.
So like I'm a little bit more familiar with it. NFL, I'm usually flipping back and forth because of fantasy. If I'm doing anything, I'm not watching games. So
Yeah.
I know
And I hate
my
the-
level of NFL
The
knowledge.
touchdown prediction, like it's so cool to do,
Yeah,
but it's so tough to predict too.
I agree.
Like Zeke today. Good God. 3 times at the 1. And guess what? Mike McCarthy pulled a Butch Jones
I'd shock 0%.
3 times.
I think it's his nickname.
Out
Is
of
Bush
shotgun.
Jones.
3 times out of shotgun.
In the NFL too. That's what's more
Yeah.
insane.
And twice they don't even block the end, and he comes around the end and just gets him from behind. It's just like, good God.
So right now, so I was going ahead and get my locks in officially, so I can get them at the numbers I want them in at. Alabama right now is a 14.5 point favorite over Florida. Dang,
I don't want to take that.
I kind of want to take Florida to cover.
Ooh, no.
14 points. That's a lot of points for that game.
It is, but Florida can't run the ball.
I know. But see, I feel like
Tennessee had some success on offense or on defense against them.
I feel like if Alabama gets up against Florida early, they're going to shorten the game, though.
Alabama is.
If they get up early. If it's a shootout till the end, then they'll just keep going back and forth with them. Won't be like this is why I think I take Florida to cover. If it's a shootout back and forth, it ends up probably being a 14-point game at most. It's 14.5 right now. But if Alabama gets up early, well, then they're just going to shorten the game because they want to keep Florida's offense off the field.
I just think it's going to be Mac Jones is getting this Heisman over Kyle Trask, and it's gonna
Maybe.
be on.
I mean, that's certainly a possibility.
And Devontae Smith is going to be like, see ya to the DBs.
I mean, it is certainly. I think Alabama wins. How much is a good question.
Yeah. I almost want to just try it. Just take them to
Take them to win by that much. All right. NFL Power Rankings.
Number 1. It's changed a little bit.
Number 1 has
Last
changed.
Well, it didn't change for me, but it might have changed for you.
Well, let me pull mine up, and I will tell you in just a second. Who do you have?
I got the Chiefs.
See, I was debating it, but I think, how could you not go the Chiefs?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a bad loss. Travis Kelce's one of my stupidities. But whatever. It was an ugly primetime game.
But they won.
I thought they ended up losing the Broncos. Am I a week behind?
They beat the Broncos, right?
Did they?
I could have sworn. I might be wrong.
No, I'm guessing myself. Am I a week behind? Oh, they did end up winning. Did I? Why was I thinking they lost?
What was the score?
22-16.
Okay, yeah, it was ugly.
It was. I knew it was ugly. Why did I think they won or lost? Maybe it was because of Travis Kelce's comments. Or what bet did I have in that game? Maybe I had him to cover.
Yeah, a lot of people had them to cover. I didn't.
Maybe that was
stayed
why I
away
thought they
from it.
lost.
I'm so glad I did.
That might be why I thought they lost. But yes, I do have the Chiefs as well. Even assuming that they lost, I still had them.
Number 2, I got the Steelers.
I went Packers.
Okay, I like it.
I went Packers.
Yeah, Steelers moved down a little bit. I mean, they just look terrible.
Yes.
But I also think the Redskins aren't a terrible team either.
I mean, it helps that their defense is
Good.
pretty good. Yeah.
Their
so
defensive line is
that
elite.
helps.
Yeah.
Right. I do have the Steelers at number 3, though.
Number 3, I got the Saints. I just think, like, they're not great right now, but when
When they get Drew Brees back, they'll be okay.
right,
They'll be fine. Assuming
And Taysom Hill, like, I'm shocked he's not able, like, he wasn't like an NFL quarterback, and he's able to throw as many yards. Like Michael Thomas had over 100 yards receiving the other day.
I feel like that's just.
Maybe the system.
I just think Sean Payton's really good at using
Yeah,
his talent.
yeah.
So yeah, I think he finds ways to do it.
I mean, I thought he would be more like a Lamar Jackson, like throw for 150, rush for
Yeah.
65
for
or
sure.
something like that. But I mean, he looks like a decent quarterback.
Right. I do have the Saints at number 4.
I got the Packers at number 4.
Okay.
Titans dropped out this week. Good.
Titans dropped out, and I put the Bills in.
The Bills. Me too. Number 5.
I put the Bills in at number 5.
The
Big Bills guy.
The Browns they're trying to sneak up there.
But you gotta win more games. You look good, but you gotta win more games. So I'm being patient with them.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm a Baker guy. But
He looked good on Sunday.
yeah, but next week's gonna go out and throw for 116 yards and 2 interceptions.
Probably.
So like
He had to beat Tennessee. It was a rough weekend for Tennessee.
yes, it was. So you just gotta go do it for me 2 weeks in a row.
Yep.
Or more than 2 weeks in a row, really, but at least 2 weeks in a row for me. All right. Do we have any questions? Did we get any in here?
Didn't see any.
Okay. Let's go to Jumbotron.
Jumbotron.
So, we're doing it.
Doing it.
Tell me about your blood, sweat, and tears moment. Top 3 as a fan. Because you're a fan, as a fan.
First one, I'll go LSU in 2017.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Terrible season. We had Brady Hoke as our coach, and I sat through the whole game in a monsoon.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad game to deal with. And bad, like you said, bad
Tears.
season.
That would be the tears one.
I think tears and misery. Misery would be a good one.
Oh, and we walked all the way back to the fort. So there's probably some blisters, some blood in there.
Probably so.
Everything was chafed at that point.
Right. Mine is the blood part.
Okay.
We were
This is nosebleed.
tailgating out. I don't think I've ever had a nosebleed in Neyland Stadium.
Must be something about it. Must be fine.
It must be. The air in there must be perfect. I can't remember a single time I've had a nosebleed in there. And I can name just about every other place I've had a nosebleed.
Yeah.
The rest of planet Earth.
Right.
No, we were tailgating outside. This is when we tailgated outside G10. And we had, I don't know why we chose to jump from the parking lot to the like grass area where we were. And I didn't jump very good because I was inebriated. And I'm lucky.
No, not you.
Yeah, right. There was a gap probably about this wide that I couldn't have fit in easily, but I could have fit in. Like, I could have fallen down 6 stories easy, and it would have been one of those where you're like bang, bang, bang the whole way down. So I would have died. It would have been fun. And I jumped across, and my foot got caught on, because the railing from the garage was just a bit lower than the railing at the grass, and I cut up my knee, or cut up my leg. I busted my leg, had a bad bruise, fell on rocks. I cut up all my legs. It was awful. I don't even know what game it was before. It was sometime probably in 17. Probably Georgia, maybe. That's a good guess, I feel like.
What was the game that we hit the beer cans?
Every game. I don't know what game it was that I hit one into G10, but that was the most impressive swing I've ever taken in my entire life.
Yeah.
And I almost hit.
That was a good time. We need to bring that back.
We're in a bad spot to do it because we're like in a parking lot.
I forgot that.
So, but yeah,
never mind.
Go to the church.
I was like, maybe not.
Well, it's funny when you go to the church, they don't bring beer inside, so
Yeah.
that table right outside is full of beer cans. It's pretty funny.
They get it.
They understand.
They're making tons of money.
They might be Catholic. I don't know. All right, number 2. What you got?
I'm gonna go the Ohio game because that was one of the worst football games. I mean, Neil Mafia said that turned his Audi into an innie, if you know what I mean. And that game was the hottest game I've ever been to in my entire life, and it was a bad game.
Yeah.
And I have a video of me just walking out of the stadium. I'm just burnt to a crisp.
Right.
And
I believe it.
like, I can't believe I just sat through that shit.
Oh, that's awesome. 2016, Florida game. I know y'all are thinking, Caleb, that was a great day.
It was a great
It was a fantastic day. But I was working concession stands, raising money, and I went to put a box down, and I cut my knuckle on a shelf. Like, you could see the bone in my knuckle.
Oh, no.
Not sure what else happened. Got dehydrated. Probably lost quite a bit of blood. Ended up having to go to the medical area to get some attention because I couldn't get the blood stopped. Thought I was going to pass out. It was miserable. And I'm usually, like, I've been to the ER like once in my entire life, and I was like, actually, it was the 2000, I think, national championship game. It was Ohio State and Miami, whatever year that was, and I couldn't breathe. That's the only time. So I'm not someone who seeks medical attention often. But they were like, yeah, you need to go. We can see your bone, and you're saying you feel like you're about to pass out. So I had to go. And then I powered through that. They got me bandaged up, taped up, powered through that. Ended up getting to watch the second half of the Florida game because of my injury, so that worked out fantastic for me. Mm-hmm. Then I went home chafing to no end, and Landon was like, "We're going out tonight," and I was like, "If you bring me Gold Bond, I'll go out," and he did. So I went in the shower and just did one of those where you just shake and spray, and I got in the shower because I knew how messy it was going to be.
Can you please describe a shake and spray to me?
You get that?
Oh my god!
You got to get it all up in that junk. And
shake and spray it. That's my new favorite.
There you go.
I don't even know what I'm going to use it for.
Anything. We went to Cool Beans after, thanks to Landon's assist on the Gold Bond. So it was a tough day. I powered through, watched Tennessee win, made it to Cool Beans,
shake and spray,
and my house didn't burn down to the ground that night, and it was possible. One of my roommates got evicted for burning a couch in the driveway. So
yeah, moron. Can't do that.
No. It was a good couch too. It was a great porch couch.
It needed to be burnt. It didn't need to be burned in the place it was burned.
Correct. That's fair. We did get a great replacement porch couch, so it worked out.
My last one is 2016, and I don't know if you remember, but the Appalachian State was a weekday. It was like a Thursday. I think it was a Thursday. So
It was a Thursday night.
Yep. So we stayed at Katie's apartment. So right next to.
My car got towed that weekend.
Oh, that sucks. Sorry to bring it back memories. Right next
I think
to
my sister paid for it, so it's okay. Shout out Ruth Ann.
That's good. That's good. Right next to Henley Street is where her apartment was, and I was hammered. I fell asleep petting her cat in the floor, and I wake up the next morning. Me and my fiance at the time, she's my wife now, not.
But your fiance at the time.
Yeah, she was my fiance at the time.
You're right.
So we had to go back to Carson Newman because we had class the next morning, and I made it through somehow, some way. Raven's professor told her she needed to go home because she was hungover so bad.
I love that one. That's a good one. My last one.
I wore a hoodie that day, and it was like in September.
Oh God. My last one. Let's see. I took a. Oh man, I've got a good one. I don't know if I should share. It might be oversharing. I don't know.
No, well,
I think I'm gonna stay away from it. I've cried a lot at Tennessee games, and I'm not proud about it.
you do what you got to do.
My girlfriend did make fun of me for being so sad about BYU. I sat in my seat for an hour after the game, and she was like, "Are you ready to go?" And there were still BYU fans like celebrating around me, and I was like, "No, I'm not." I just sat there. She's like, "Well, we need to go."
It was sad.
It was very sad. That was the day I was like, "We're dead. This program's dead." Because I really thought, I was like, at Georgia State, it's a bad loss. We'll bounce back. Nope.
We did bounce back, but it
Well,
just
yeah,
happened to be
not
later.
how we should have. It was
Correct.
sad. I just that night I cried. This will be the day that I die. It was sad. I have given blood, sweat, and tears.
You have.
Blood, sweat, and tears. It is an accurate statement. My mom used to get really mad at me too but she was very, very passionate about Tennessee football as well. But she would get really mad at how mad I would get about it and how when I would cry.
I think that my wife, like, she's like, kind of is, like, I always have to plan it out. Like, okay, we got to go to this tailgate at this time. We got to watch the game at this time. And she's all like, why do you have to plan everything out? Why do we have to be there so early? And then she's mad that, like, I'm upset after it. I'm just like, it's just like, if we lose, I just want to sulk.
Right. I deserve that time. I should get that time.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's upset, like, we have to make a big deal out of it, but then it's still a big deal after we lose. But yeah, you just have to live with that. Sorry.
But it's also a lot more fun when we win, so that's important to remember.
Those 2 games at the first of the season were fun.
They were a lot of fun.
It's been a while.
Just get one this weekend. I'll celebrate like it's been
Yeah, sure.
like it's nothing new.
Tennessee gets a win at noon 30, and then
Follows it up at 4.
it'd be a good day.
It'd be a great day. Go get a win. If we don't win this game, that scarf I threatened to hang myself from, I will hang myself from. It's that one right there. I think I might have a different one, but it's the same. You get it.
Gotcha.
Or did we get the same? Did we get? I don't remember.
I think we got the same one.
Did we go to the same game? I can't remember. Whatever. All right, Stupidity is an epidemic. Let's run through this.
I got one.
I think I might just have one too. This is Travis Kelce. After the game on Sunday night, he said, "Hats off to the Raiders. They played the Broncos. Tough."
The Raiders were the team that beat them, right?
Correct. But this was on Sunday when he said it.
What a moron. Did you see? I don't know if this is a fail or a good thing on Des Bryant. Did you see this?
He got tested positive for COVID
And just quit.
He just left, or he quit.
He just quit. So
Define quitting. Like, what do you do?
he said, "Tell me why they pull me from warming up so I can go get tested. My shit come back positive. I tested positive for COVID. WTF." And he talks about his routine. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a quit for the rest of the season. I can't deal with this.
What in the heck?
Since I tested positive for COVID before the game, do the game stop or go on? I'm about to drink my wine and cope." And then he tweeted
I saw that tweet.
like 3 hours ago, or later on in the 9:17 p.m. He said, "I got COVID, everyone."
Thanks. I was confused by the positive thing. Des Bryant. What an enigma.
And so everybody has just been tweeting him pictures of them drinking, and he's just retweeting them. Somebody come get our man Des Bryant.
Somebody. My next one is shout out to the East newest coach, Shane Beamer. When he got hired by USC Junior, I clicked on his profile, and this was his bio. Assistant head coach for offense, tight ends and H-backs, University of Oklahoma. #BoomerSooner. Assistant head coach for offense. So assistant offensive coordinator?
Assistant to the offensive coordinator.
Assistant head coach for offense. What the does that mean?
That sounds like a made-up title.
It does. Assistant head coach of offense.
Maybe that's why Oklahoma's good on offense. Maybe we need one of those.
75 head coaches of offense.
Yeah, we need one of those.
What the world? I was like, that's an offense coordinator. You're an offense coordinator.
Yeah, I don't get it. Makes no sense. I don't have any more stupidities.
That's all I've got to. Guys, appreciate you all joining us in the morning, in the AM. Different from normal. Appreciate you guys hanging around with us this morning. Hope you all have a good afternoon. Vols on Saturday. Hopefully 2 wins. We'll be back with you. We'll be back with you Saturday. We'll give you a little. I guess we can do a little pregame basketball action. We don't normally do that,
Yeah.
so we can do a little bit of that too. And then we can
Best
get
of
you
both worlds.
exactly.
I like it.
Then we'll give you our keys to the game. Be back on Sunday.
Be back on Sunday, hopefully with the victory cap. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.